Hi, I'm Anthony Alder from Alder IP, and welcome to another episode in the IP series. Today we'll be talking about how to commercialize your invention or your idea and how to turn it into real revenues. The first thing that you really need to consider is making a business plan. And making a business plan is really critical to the success because you're planning out the steps that you need to do. But also, the business plan sets out who your customers are, how you're going to make money out of it, and all the other bits and pieces. IP protection is one of those pieces, but it's not the only piece. The second thing you should consider is talking to a patent attorney. And talking to a patent attorney, they'll give you ideas about how to protect your invention, and it's really critical that you do this very early in the process before you start talking or disclosing about your invention to other people. The third part of commercializing your invention is to work out what path that you're going to go down with developing your technology and how you're going to get it to your customers. And really, when you're talking about this, there's only really two ways you can go. You can either commercialize the product yourself, manufacture it, market it, sell it, distribute it, do everything yourself. You can do that for a website, and there's lots of IT websites that you can do it through, like Shopify and that sort of thing, where people can sell goods. Etsy is another one. But the second way is to actually license it to somebody else. So if your invention is something that is more likely to to sell on a great volume rather than a small volume premium product, you're better off to license it to someone else generally. And what licensing it means is that you're actually giving consent for your invention to be commercialized by somebody else, and in return, they supply you with a royalty. The royalty is usually a percentage of whatever the product's sold for, and in some cases, usual royalty rates are about 5%, but you can get much more than that or much less than that depending on the volumes and the markup on the actual product and what product it actually is. But really what you need to consider is if you're doing the licensing route, you're really only selling to one customer, and that one customer is going to be your licensee. The rest of it is going to be managed by your licensee. You're really reliant on your licensee to make sure that they make good on the promises they're going to keep. So you've got to talk to a solicitor or a lawyer or a patent attorney to make sure that this contract that you get with the licensee protects your interests and make sure that the licensee is living up to the promises that they made. Whether that's as small as minimum royalties every year or making sure that they use your invention within a certain time period, say 2 to 3 years. But we've also got to be a bit realistic, and you've got to be realistic about how the licensee is going to use your invention and how they're going to sell it to market. You have to work together. If you're working with a licensee, it really is, it's a cooperation type agreement. Where commercializing yourself, that's fine, but you will have to do all the hard yards yourself, and quite often the invention of the idea is just the tip of the iceberg. You've got to do marketing, distribution, manufacturing, all those things as well. I hope this helps you in understanding how to commercialize an invention and the different paths that you can go on. But just to recap, you really need a business plan to start off with. You really need to talk to a patent attorney, and you also need to think about what path you're going to do to actually commercialize your invention. I hope this helps. And if you have any queries about intellectual property or commercializing your invention, please don't hesitate to contact myself or Alder IP. Thanks.